Hi everyone, welcome back. So let's dive into my 2024 system. Now, as far as planning, the way I plan, that won't change, but my journals, I wanted to go through just basically what I'm going to be doing, my whole, like my notebooks, what I journal, what I use for journaling, what I journal about, all that good stuff. So first and foremost, let's just quickly go through my planner. I won't necessarily be in this binder. You guys have been with me for a while. You know, I switch my binders out sometimes every month, depending on how I'm feeling. Like this one I've been in for 2 months now, but I will be changing, pretty sure I'll be changing things up for November. My system will be the same as far as how I plan. So I will have like my year at a glance. I have not printed out my 2024 inserts yet, so I'm like, should I have waited until I've done that? But that's okay. It's not changing as far as like I'll have my monthlies, which I make all of my own inserts on Canva. And I do intend at some point in 2024 to open up a shop, a digital shop, so that you guys can print these out and have them in your planner. I have been asked about these inserts so often that I'm like, I think that that's a sign that I should open up a shop. So let me show you. Oh, I don't have any blank ones, do I? It's the end of the month. So here are my, I don't know if you can hear that. My neighbor's dog out there, I think, is very happily gnawing on a bone. So here are what my inserts look like before I rounded the corners and punched the holes in them. Come a little bit closer. So I have my weekly task list and then my top follow-up here for the week. These are my work routines. Those don't really change. And then personal routines and my sharpen the saw go here. So I write them in, and this way I can track how often I'm doing them, so that when I do my weekly recap, I know how often I've done those. And then I have my week at a glance for that upcoming week. So this is where I time block my top 20% of activities that give me 80% of my results, and then high level view of the week for my tasks. And then it goes into the week. See, these are a day on one page. My schedule goes on the left, top 3 tasks on the top, my work tasks and personal tasks. And then on the bottom, I track, this is activity numbers. I'm in sales, a real estate agent. So contacts, so how many follow-up calls I do, how many contacts I get from lead gen, which I don't have any bubbles in there because I use a power dialer to do cold calls. And sometimes I'll do 20 contacts, sometimes I'll do 50 contacts. So there's just not enough room for that. So I just write down the number. Like for example, I did cold calls a couple times this week. So I did 17 contacts that day, 25 contacts this day. Right, but I did do a follow-up there, and I did a couple follow-up here. So yeah, so I just write them in. And then I track down here any leads I generated that day, any appointments I booked, held, contracts signed, or any firm deals. Okay, so that goes there. And then that goes on for the week. And then at the end of the week, I have a recap. So here, each day I'm writing down. So when the day is over, I will show you as the week goes on, I'm jotting my numbers down so that I can just tally them up at the end of the week and then see how I've done. And then on the bottom, I track like what worked this week, what didn't work, how did I do with my sharpen the saw, focus, and then what was the best use of my time. And this has been really helpful for me to acknowledge like how much time I was wasting on social media. Yeah, if you've been following me for a while, you know. So yeah, it just repeats. That's what my day on one page inserts look like. And it's taken me all of 2023 to perfect these so that the margins match up when you have your pages side by side, because there were times where it's like on the one side, it would be lower than that side and the fonts wouldn't match and they wouldn't be lined up. And yeah, so it's taken me all year. I've got there, they're all the same size. It's, so yeah, now I'm ready to get started with opening up a planner shop. I had a conversation with my accountant this week about the logistics of that. Yeah, so there you go. That's my system for planning. That won't change. It's working well for me. I absolutely love it. As far as my sections, I've gone back and forth this year. There was a couple months when I only had 4 sections, but then I had subsections and top tabs. So I'm back to 6 sections. These sections are not the same as what I had when the year started. So this is what they are now. This is what's working now. Stay with me for 2024 and you'll see if it progresses. But I have a goals tab and these inserts I made myself as well. So they will be in my shop once I open that. But it's my quarterly goal planning. So it's my goals. So quarterly goal planning, so these are my goals for the year. And then I break them down per quarter and then per month. Okay. And then I decorate. You know, you don't have to decorate. You can just keep them plain. So my quarterly goal planning, my rolls and big rocks as well are in here. Any trackers, right? Because that is a goal. So this was a no spend goal that I had in June and I did a 66-day challenge. I did so good. These I made as well in myself. So I kept this in here because I have the other side that I can do another challenge or continue with the same challenge. And then I have 30-day habit trackers as well. So for these, I did a couple months where my focus was 10 minutes of activity a day. And then I would just circle and then you just put what your habit is that you're focusing on and then circle what month it is. And on the back, there's a spot for notes. I've realized I never used the notes, so I may revise these and do the same thing on the back because, yeah, I didn't need to take any notes about, I thought that would be a good thing to have a spot to keep notes about how it's going, but I haven't. So anyways, this is from Jane's Agenda. It's a manifestation journal. It came in a subscription kit. I have not used these yet, but I have one sheet in here because I want to use it. So that's really all I have in my goals tab. And then I have a CEO section. Okay. And I have my, I made this dashboard on Canva. And then this is my vision board for the year. And then I just recently made these tab dividers. These won't necessarily be in my planner for the whole year. I like to be creative and it keeps me interested in my planner. I like to kind of match things based on the binder that I'm in, based on the sterling ink vellums that I get in my subscription kit, you know, things like that. So this system won't necessarily stay the same, but I made pockets on a couple of them to have notes in here that relate to this section. I made this on Canva. So this won't necessarily be in the next, you know, when I set things up for next year. So I have my 2023 KPIs. I will do the same thing for 2024. I have my seller appointments, buyer appointments. I track social media growth and then monthly and quarterly activity numbers. I can't share the seller and buyer appointments because it has addresses and clients' names. But here, oh, I don't have a blank one to show you. Once I have everything set up, I will share that with you. But this is my activity numbers, social media activity numbers. And then here are numbers where I track. This is each month, what my goal was, what I actually did, and the difference. And then I track it for year to date as well. And then I have for myself and my son, our numbers to combine together. And then I track, these are like quarterly. This is what I use for closings. I put a sticker on the date that we have a closing and then track the address. Okay, and then I don't think I'm going to keep this in here. It's from Paper Test Designs and Hey Planner Girls, just a contact. My thought on this was that I would put in here any vendors that I'm vetting before I refer them to clients, like contractors and you know, painters and things like that I'd put the info here, but we do it digitally, so I'm probably not going to keep that in there. And then this is just a worksheet for my 411 meetings with Tyler, where anything that I want to remember from our meeting, I jot down here. And then these are from Cloth and Paper. They're the executive note-taking sheets, which I've been using for team meetings. I think I'm almost out, and then I don't think I'll be purchasing more. Anyways, so that's what those are. This is Franklin Planner graph paper. It was classic size, which I trimmed down. Just want to use my stash before I go purchasing anything. And then this is team meeting prep sheet. So I have one for our monthly meetings, and I have one for, oh, I don't think I have one in here for our weekly meetings. But so this will stay the same. I will keep this in here. I will have note paper for our meetings. So this is just like bullet point what we need to focus on and talk about in the meeting, but I didn't make these work with room to write down what we're talking about. So that's what these papers are. So I'll just use regular paper. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be ordering more from Cloth and Paper. I'll just use what I have. And then after that, like, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on note-taking stuff when I might not keep it. All right. This was an old from Happy Planner. Again, trimmed it down to put in my planner, just using what I have. But I'd like to have a little brain dump section in my CEO section. So this is all things related to work. And I won't be keeping this in here either. This is a printable from SM Plans. So I have a social media section. I just don't have my tabs in here yet. So within my CEO section, I'll have a top tab for meeting, and then a top tab for social media. So that way, when I'm in my planner, I just go right there. It's like, okay, we're doing a meeting. I open that up. Let's review last meeting notes. Now let's dive into this meeting, blah, blah, blah. And then my social media is just planning videos, ideas, things like that. Video ideas. This is from Jane's Agenda, which I've just repurposed in here, but again, it'll just be regular paper that I'm going to be using moving forward. Okay, so that won't change. That section won't change as far as how I have it laid out. My schedule section is pretty self-explanatory. I made this for my weekly planning, monthly planning, task cards, daily planning, daily admin tasks, routines. So it makes sense for these to go in here since they relate to this section. And I like how that looks. It's cute. So I will have a year at a glance again. I will have a future log for 2024. I will have my 12 months in here. So that won't change. I may use these again, these tabs. They're Midori. I got them from my favorite local store, Fidon Pens. And this is what they are. So I like them because they're 12 tabs and they're not intrusive. They're very small, so they don't compete with my regular tabs. So then I see where my 12 months are. So I may use those again. We'll see. But anyhow, I will have my 12 months in here. I like to have the whole year because I can reflect back and future plan if needed. And sometimes, like if I think of something for my master task list, I'll put it in ahead of time. I don't wait until that month. It's when it comes to my mind, it'll go there. And then of course I have 1 month of my day on one page in here. I will continue to use my, I made these, so these will be available in my shop. Weekly compass cards. You can get compass cards through Franklin Planner. I don't think I have any here. I stopped using them because the font is blue and I like everything to match, but you certainly can buy them from there. Franklin Planner also has these progressive task lists, which I was using these for a long time as well. I just don't like the texture and they're very thick. But what's nice about them is they do stick up. So it's a page finder and it's your, like you can use this as a compass card for the week, but I wanted something, I didn't need it to stand up because I always have something in here, some sort of a page finder. I made these specific to what my roles are. That way I don't have to write them in every week. But when I sell them, those will be blank because obviously you will have different roles in your life in Big Rocks than I do. But that's what they will look like. Okay, so that won't change. I'm still going to be using my compass card each week. I have a note section. I used to be on day on 2 pages, but it's just too thick. Then my binder's too heavy. So I have this spot here for notes. So this section is just notes. So I just have some scratch paper here that I put holes in and trim to fit in here, because this is, I don't need to keep this stuff. I just shred it when I'm done. I have an inbox. So this is, I'm just going to put like to-dos that aren't necessarily month specific here. And then when I do my planning, I'll reference this to see what I can get done at that time. And then this is to buy. Just keep a running list of things when they come to my mind. I brain dump there. In my notes section, I'm also going to have, I like to track my TV shows and movies. So I am going to keep this. Again, I made this myself on Canva. So this is my second one this year. We watch a lot of TV. Yeah, so shows, TV show or movie, what network it's on, when I finished, and then I give it a rating. Because sometimes I like to rewatch certain shows. All right, sorry about that. I got a call. And then my note paper, I made these on Canva. So I'll just use my own note paper just for taking notes, right? Because I don't have the day on 2 pages anymore. So this is, it's just various things. Like this was, I like to do moon rituals. So this was a full moon call that I was on with an astrologer, stuff like that, goals, just brain dumping, conversation with Tyler. When Tyler's on vacation in the summer, we were taking care of his clients. So just, you know, just random stuff. Okay, and then I will have a section just for stats, pretty much all things real estate. This I keep in here because it is, in our area, we have so many high rises being built. So this is what's built, what's under construction, proposals of more high rises to come. So it's just good to have those notes in there. And then this is just all stats. So my monthly recaps, week to week, I do a market minute video on my channels, all my channels. So this is just all the stats. When I analyze them every week, every month, they go here. And then when I'm doing my calls, you know, I get asked all the time about the market. So I always have my planner with me so I can be like, yep, as of this date, this is what was going on, you know, that type of idea. And then this is just old Happy Planner grid note paper that I added in here for notes. And then I'm going to have a section for phone calls. This is all like, yeah, phone calls. So it's not stuff that I need to keep in here when I do have my calls. So I can just throw it out after, but it's just nice to have a spot when I'm on the phone and I need paper that I have this section. Okay, and then I have a few of these. I haven't really used them yet. These are cloth and paper. This is old Happy Planner stuff I trimmed down into like a half, I don't know. It's sort of one of those things when I'm on the go just in case. And then, so yeah, so my sections at this point, these are my sections. And then that's really it. I am going to have an envelope in here that is gonna keep stickers and things like that. I will have something back here as well. I'm working on making something that matches, but this is where I keep sticky notes and like scratch paper and what have you. I make these myself. I have some videos on these. These are the Sterling ink vellums from subscription kits. And I will have a ruler. I do use this quite a bit, so I will have a ruler of some kind in here. And then this is just deco. I like lace. I made this. I just glued it onto some acetate, and then that's just purely decoration. So I will have that in my planners as well through the year. So that won't change. So my system and my planner won't change, even though my binder will change, my dividers will change, the sections won't change, and how I use the function of it won't change. Okay, so that's planning. And then this notebook here is Astology, and this is all things human design. So I've been studying human design. I discovered human design a year ago, August, and it just resonates with me, and I've just gone feet first into learning all the things, and I signed up for some coaching, and I'm learning so much, and I absolutely love it. So these are all my notes from modules. But anyway, so this Stology is strictly for human design. And then when this is done, I will get another one. I'm not sure if it'll be a Stology though, because I find if the lighting isn't the greatest, I can't see the lines. And sometimes my printing is crooked. But it will be a notebook like this. So this won't change. I will probably keep it in this cover. This cover is from Eco Claire on Instagram. I think she has an Etsy shop as well, but it was custom. So she will show prints, and then you message her if you want like a cover in that print. I loved this because I love the Coach branding and the pink cherries. I mean, it's so me. I absolutely love this cover. So yeah, so that's not going to change. If it's not this, if it's not my human design notebook, it'll be this notebook. But I will have a notebook in here. Okay, so my human design studying, and then I have a brain dump notebook. Okay, and that is also in Stology. I bought 2 of these. I loved this brownie kind of neutral color. Just love it so much. So I have in here 2023 brain dump notebook. I'm probably going to change that. I thought I would fill this up, but I haven't. Like, I have lots left still. But this is just anything, everything and anything. I have a couple index pages that I made myself. Just put them in here so that I can keep track of what I have in this notebook. But it's anywhere, anything from business notes to like health notes. If I'm watching something on YouTube or a podcast, you know, human design notes. Now that I have a human design notebook, I won't be using this anymore. That was before I had the notebook. This was my goal planning for 2023. Video ideas, mind mapping, goals. It's anything and everything, so that I don't have to have a specific spot for it. It's like it just goes in the brain dump notebook. Yeah, this was me mapping out my wellness journal. It's in pencil, so I don't know if you can see it. Mapping out my layout for my wellness journal, which I'm going to show you. So yeah, it's just, again, just brain dumping, just stuff. Social media ideas, too much to put in my planner. That's what that is. And then this cover is from Tonya Plans. It's very, it's half letter size, and this notebook is A5, so it's big. What I like is that it's structured. So if I'm sitting on the couch, it's on my lap, it's not floppy, but it's big. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue using this, but it's really nice. I like the texture. It's vegan leather. It's really good quality. And I love the layout where you have the zipper, pockets, like business card holders, but deco, whatever. You can put a notepad back here. How did this get so dirty? It doesn't leave my house. Notebook, just, you know, pen loop, 2 pen loops. They're elasticized. Just, it's gorgeous. It's just big. But anyways, okay, so it's those 2 notebooks. I may move it to this Moterm because this is my journal currently. It's a Hobonichi cousin. So once this is done, I won't be using a cousin again for 2024. So I may use this for my brain dump notebook. But yeah, I'm thinking that I might, and then I might move my wellness journal. Anyways, so this is the wellness journal. Yeah, this is a Sterling ink grid notebook. It's blank, 520 pages, and it is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I don't know if you can tell, but the cover has some yellow on it. I don't know why. I've seen in the Facebook group some people say it's from UV light. I had this cover on another notebook, so it's possible like if it was sitting on a table or something and the sun got at it, but I did buy a new one. I did buy a new one. So, okay. Let's get into my wellness planner. Where is my Hobonichi weeks? So I've been in this all year for wellness and I love it. I love the layout. I love everything about this. I hate the cover. It doesn't lie flat and it is a little small. So I have to write very small and I can't use medium point nib or whatever pen I'm using. It has to be like a needle so that the ink isn't heavy. So there's some flaws with this. On the monthlies, I track what I do for exercise, which I really like that. Okay. And then on the weeklies, I'm tracking each day how I feel, my energy, my moods go there. I track sleep, my moods here, and then this is a recap. And then I track where I am in my cycle, right? So this is day 28 to 34, how I'm feeling, just a recap each week. And then, yeah, so I've loved this. This has helped me so much to understand myself more, my energy, things like that. And then at the back, there's like blank grid. And I've been using this to track health notes. Headache tracker, sleep tracker, body pain tracker, period tracker, cycle trackers. And then in here, I do a monthly recap at the back. Okay. And then just other health related notes. And then at the very back here, I use that. I just color in the day that I do exercise and the different colors represent the month. I don't like this. I'm continuing with it because I want to see how it's done at the end of the year, but it's a pain. So like, I don't need the pre-printed stuff. I don't like that. I feel like I have to fill it in. As you can see, I haven't kept up with it. I don't like it. I just wanted something bigger and easier. So, and then I have the Hobonichi cousin, which I do journal in. So I use the monthlies for gratitude. The weeklies, I was just filling in again because they're there. This is all the stuff I have in my planner. So like you can see, I stopped decorating. And because over time I was like, oh, this is redundant. I'm like, I don't need to. Although what I liked about it is that this I'll keep forever. I may not keep my inserts from my planner forever, but this will keep forever. So it's kind of neat to look back on, like, what was my schedule like then? Like, what was I doing then? But I just lost interest. So anyways, and then here I just journal about whatever. There's no rules with this. It's what did I do that day? How did I feel that day? What am I thinking about? Just whatever. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking with this. So I made my own, it's kind of like bullet journaling. I made my own monthlies for the 12 months for gratitude. Okay. Then I made my own weekly layout. And I'm so excited to have all this room. So I'm going to be journaling on each day. This is 7 days for the week. I'll put like the date up here. I left room to be able to put the date. I'm not sure if I'll be decorating and all of that. It might strictly just be pen to paper, or there may be some stickers. And then I have so much room here. On this side, I'm going to be tracking what I eat because there's a lot of room to track my meals. So for example, for this day, probably like breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? It'll just go all the way across. It might go this way, not 100% sure, but I have lots of room to track what I eat and my symptoms. So I have 52 weeks for that. Then I left room for daily journaling. And it makes sense to me to have that in here, to journal about all things me, right? So yeah, that's what this is for. This could be journaling about my health, because even though I have quite a bit of room here, there's only so much room. This is like how I'm feeling each day, right? My moods, my energy, emotions, things like that. And then this would probably be more in depth about how I'm feeling. And I like that it's undated, so I don't feel the pressure of, like, for example, right now, my Hobonichi cousin, I'm a week behind because I don't always have the time to sit down and journal every day. So I like that this is undated. I don't have that pressure. I'll just put the date in and journal, and it could be journaling about the last couple of days, right? So I don't feel like I have to go in and just back journal. I don't like that. I have not enjoyed that with my Hobonichi cousin. So I don't have all 12 months for the labels yet because I don't know how many pages I will need for each month. So I just have January started for now. All right, so that's for my journaling. And then at the back, I have my trackers. So this is going to be sleep. So I have 12 months ready to go, and I have the dates, the day of the week. Like, for example, January has 31 days, 29 days this February, leap year. And then March has 31 days and so on. So it's ready to go. I will put the month on top. So some sort of hand lettering or sticker, not really sure. I don't want this to get bulky, so I'll probably just do hand lettering. This will be a cover page, and then I have enough room in here to do 12-month of cycle trackers. Okay. So I have day 1 to day 30 of my cycle, and then I'll put the day of the week in there once I get here. And then here's all the given symptoms that I would have in a month, and then here's moods. So I'll be tracking that for the year, and then I'll be putting the month on the top and doing like lines and things like that. So I just got the first 2 months started, and then I left enough room to do the rest. And then I have 12 months that I made for tracking what I do for exercise. So this back part will be exercise. So all my exercise will go on the monthlies, and then I'm going to have lots of room. So all of this is just free to journal and track whatever. So I'm thinking I will probably track in here certain exercises that my body responds well to, so that I can remember, because I don't always remember. Sometimes if I do too intensive exercises, I have negative consequences like body pain and headache or whatever. So I have to be very careful. So this will be a great way to document if I feel really good after a certain workout, and then I'll document what that workout was. If it was strength training, like what exercises did I do? What weight did I use? If it was a dance class, like what dance class was it? How did I feel? Yeah, so it's just journaling about all things exercise. So I'm looking forward to having everything in one place. And the reason why I wanted this is because in the summertime, we spend a lot of time at our cottage, and it's just so much to carry multiple notebooks. That's one thing. It's like packing for the cottage was a chore, because it's not just packing clothes. Like, you guys know, right? You need to have your planner stuff with you, especially if I'm going to be at my cottage for 2 weeks. Like, I need my planner stuff with me. So that is why I did that. I don't necessarily bring my notebooks, but my wellness. So I was bringing my wellness, and I was bringing my journal with me, plus my planner, right? Sometimes if we were going to be there for a few weeks, I would bring, if I'm going to be doing some studying, I'd bring my human design notebook, I'd bring my Braindump notebook, but I don't always need to have those with me. But I always need my wellness journal with me and my planner. So this is it'll just be this in my planner now, which I'm so excited for. So that is a little bit of my wellness journal. And this could change and evolve, because I also have a Hobonichi 5-year journal. This is my very first one. So it starts in 2024. And with this, it's journaling each day, right? So that's January the 4th, January the 7th. So it's each day throughout the year doing a journal. So what I'm thinking of, this could be journaling just about my day. And this will be journaling about emotions, how I'm feeling, right? And then this one will just be, so when I look back, like, you know, what did my days look like? This will be about health, wellness, all things me. And this is just, you know, how did my day go? What was I doing? If that makes sense. This will evolve as the year goes on, but I'm just kind of giving you a rundown of how I'm thinking. And then I have this Traveler's Notebook dupe. If you've been following me for a while, it was sometime in the summer, I did an unboxing of this and I have not used it yet. I think I'm going to use this for memory planning. This is what I've currently been using. This is what I've been using for a few years. It's a happy planner. And I mean, I love the space, but again, it's dated. And then I feel like I have to, you know, have memories for each week. Otherwise I have, and you can see I'm very behind. That's another thing, right? So I'm on June, like June the 5th. But anyways, there's me, my dad, my sister. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, and I would like to, when I go to the cottage, to take memory planning with me. I would like to do memory planning while I'm there, but I'm not carrying this big monstrosity with me. And my printer, I have a Canon selfie printer, so I'm probably going to get just a portable one for memory planning on the go. But anyhow, so this Traveler's Notebook dupe, it costs like $30 or $40. Real leather. It smells amazing. And I put this pocket in here, which I bought off of Amazon, just, you know, for deco or whatever. It came with this. I'm just playing around. This isn't necessarily how it's going to be set up. Or maybe it's so pretty, I just might keep it like that. But these are not pockets, so I'll put something in there for something pretty to look at. And then I decorated the cover, but it's blank. It's grid. And then this is the other side of that plastic sleeve. So I just have some stickers in there. And then I decorated the covers of the next two just with some junk journaling printables. I thought, oh, isn't that pretty? And this is lined paper. And then this is blank paper. This I've had for years. I don't even remember where I got it. So I put that in there for extra storage. And then this folder came with the kit. Okay. And then it came with the pen loop. So I'm thinking this will be for memory planning because I can do, it could be like 1 week, right? Here's like the main memory of this week that I want to journal about and have like one picture and do my journaling and maybe some other, not picture, but deco or what have you related to that week, just to help bring it's kind of like scrapbooking, but on a low level. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't have the pressure of having to journal every single week and have pictures for every single week. So I'm thinking I want to have a monthly to have my top memories each month. So I may use the blank notebook for that. Although I'm going to have a lot left over because 12 months, right? It's like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. This could be my top memories each month. And then these will be like memories. So I'm probably going to have multiple notebooks for the year, and that's okay. They'll take up less space because so far I have, I think, 4 or 5 memory, happy planner, memory planner books with the huge discs, because when you're putting pictures in, it gets so bulky and it takes up so much room on my shelf. So that's why I want to switch to something more simple. And I love seeing on Instagram people's memory planning spreads. I'm just like, I just love how that looks. It's simple, it's not overwhelming, and it requires minor deco. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far for 2024. Once I have everything solid, I'll do another video letting you know exactly, like once everything is completely set up, I'll share another video with you to show you how it's all looking. This was sort of just a verbal brain dump with you. Like, this is what I have. This is what I'm thinking of for 2024. So the covers may change. Yeah, so once I have everything set up, I'll share it with you. I hope this was enjoyable for you. I know it's not the actual setup for 2024, but this is where I'm at so far. I hope it gave you some ideas. If you have things set up completely for next year, please let me know in the comments. How many notebooks do you have? You know, how many planners do you have? I would love to know. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.